Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on this Saturday morning. I was at BJ's the other day again, and I saw this Gotham baking crisping tray, and I thought to myself, let's give this thing a try. I wanted to give you a look at my Gotham crisper tray. A lot of people said these things are a pain, get the copper chef one, but I'll tell you, everything, all the dirt and grime just slides right off this, and I keep throwing this in the dishwasher and I haven't had any problem. The biggest issue I have is all these fine wire grates. They are a pain to clean, but other than that, this works great, and I use it in the Breville every week. So this claims to fit up to 12 pieces of bacon, and one of the complaints I've read is if you put 12 pieces in here, there's not enough gap in between for the center of the bacon to get cooked. So let's give it a try. Okay, so as you can see, the bacon tray itself, just a series of little loops, and it fits right on top, and you're just supposed to slide the bacon in these channels. So I'm going to try it with 12, or as many as I got in the package, just to see if it works okay, but first we got to wash this. Now the idea behind this is you don't have to flip the bacon. So let's see, and I want to test out what I heard in the complaints about only being able to put half as much bacon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some close together and some leaving a space. This is my BJ's bacon, of course. It's the thick BJ's brand. So I'm going to put 4 close together. And we'll space some out. Bacon might be a little long. And this, I will leave a space on the other one. Do the same over here. Of course, I'm not going to put 1 or 2 pieces back in the refrigerator, so I got to figure this out. Got 1 piece here. What to do? Oh well. Bacon over science. So we'll have just these 2 back here without being populated dense. So if we look here, we have larger gaps here and here because of this bar, and there's a gap here and there. So let's get going. Okay, I did preheat the oven to 375 on the air fryer mode. Stick that in there. And now the hardest part, we wait. What would cooking bacon be without having some sides here? I'm going to use the egg ring here. Oh, you don't need to add any more salt, but pepper, Land O'Lakes cheese from none other than BJ's. The key to making these NUIBY rings work well is to, preheat this pan really well at a lower temperature. I'm gonna put this down here. I know I shouldn't be peeking, but I want to. This has been going for about 7 minutes. Plenty of grease on the bottom. That's the way it looks. The top is cooking a lot faster than the bottom, that's for sure. Okay, this is good and hot, so let's spring the ring pan, and again, we want to whoosh this around. We want to make sure there's a good seal, and make sure you pour the batter in there really slow. So if we can slowly pull this off. Perfect circle. See if we can flip it without destroying it. Now turn off the heat. Put this right on top. Let it continue to melt. Probably could have flipped this a little bit earlier, but that's okay. You know, I've come up with how do I toast my bagel for this, and I've been just sticking it under the tray here to cook, and that's done a good enough job. Probably should stick it the other way. Okay, I want to take this out to show you something while it's cooking. The pieces of bacon where I left the gap are cooking really well, evenly. The ones where they're bunched closer together, they're not cooking as well on the bottom. So there is some truth to what people say. So if you're only cooking a few pieces of bacon, leave a nice big gap in between, but I'm going to stick this back in the oven. I'm also going to spin it 180 degrees because this oven does have hot spots. Okay, let's get this bacon out of here. And I need to get my bagel as well. Now in theory I shouldn't need a napkin for putting the bacon on, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see how this looks. Actually looks nice if you like crispy bacon. Tongs do not seem to work, so you will see me use my fingers. And to be honest with you, I think it cooked pretty well. Now, these were the two pieces that had a bigger space between them. You see how nice and even they came out? Where you look at these pieces, that's not the case. So what I'm going to do with the couple of these pieces, I'm going to flip them over and put them back. And yes, they are hot with a gap in between them. Woo, hot. Woo. Turn this back on. While that's cooking, I don't see a reason why I cannot make my sandwich. 3 pieces of bacon. There we go. And look at that. Let's get this thing together and give it a try. That's good. Rest of the bacon's finished. Let's take a look. And that did it. Now the bacon is nice and crisp. Let's take some of this bacon out and put it in the tray. There are a couple of pieces that aren't done on the edges, but otherwise it looks pretty good. So what did we learn today? Bacon is good. Maybe not good for you, but it's good. But let's look at one other thing that I want to point out to you here. This thing did trap a lot of grease. Gonna pour it in the barrel here. I've never seen that much grease come out of my other trays. So the drip pan, I know it's hard to see, it does do its job. I have to agree with the other people who did reviews. It does not cook well with 12 pieces in there. If you're making 6 or less, I think it's perfect. It'll cook a lot better. Would I buy this again? Probably not. I think that the crisper tray that I use, which is behind me right here, sitting on top, does just as good a job, and it will cook, you know, 8 pieces. You do have to flip it halfway, but that being said, I think this purchase probably wasn't necessary. So thanks for joining me this Saturday morning. Hopefully I'll have this out to you Saturday morning. Good. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you know when I put out a new video. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bacon's ready.